How's it going, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to a brand new Locals feature match. Here we are in the fourth and final round of Locals from 12-9. Yeah, I know. It's a little old. It's old format, but it's like perfect timing, actually. We will be starting the new year with new format and plenty of Speedroid Kashtira content. You're not even going to believe it. All right? Because I went to a Locals Mega Tournament today as I'm recording this on the 30th, and I think I played 6 rounds of Yu-Gi-Oh! And, yeah, recorded pretty much all of my matches. And I've got feature matches to boot from that as well, regular top-down like you're watching right now. So, very excited to get all that going in the new year. As well as some other content, too. This will probably be the last video of the year. This is going to get uploaded on the 31st, so... I guess while we watch this boring Rescue Ace combo, I want to give a big heartfelt thank you to everybody who watched the channel this year. If you've been watching for a long time, if you've been watching for not a long time, if you've ever supported me just by liking, sharing, subscribing, or any of the stuff in the description, Imperium TCG Player, seriously thank you. It's been a rough year. It's been a rough past couple years on YouTube, and yeah, I'm happy we made it through. Hopefully 2024 will be much better, and excited to see where this this journey continues to take me. And I'm very happy to have you all along with me. And this is going to be the year as that fire hydrant gets ashed. That will be my 10-year anniversary for YouTube. Started in, I think, middle of early spring, mid to late spring of 2014. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about it. Like that regional 2020 format, like that second to last number has gone from a 1 to a 2 since I've been playing. I don't know, it's kind of weird to think about. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe some 10-year montage. That'd be cool. That'd be badass. Let me know what you guys think, if you've got any ideas. Apart from the classic giveaway, this, that, the other thing, we still have some giveaways to fulfill for our donation fundraiser that we did for One Deck One Month. We'll get around to that. The Speedroid Cash hype is kind of getting in the way. I apologize, but I think most people who are a fan of Speed Cash aren't going to complain. But we'll get around to it. And I've yapped enough, honestly, up to this point. I haven't commentated over a single thing, so I just wanted to get that on the table. Yeah, seriously, thank you guys. I really can't say enough. But yeah, let's get into the game here. We're gonna see Fenrir hit the board for our Fire King Duelist, the one and only Joe Vu, going off against Mr. Adam Prooch on the Rescue Ace deck. Been on this deck for quite a while, and he's the same player that I fell to in the finals of our last Locals Mega. Partly because I misplayed a little bit, but it is what it is. He definitely knows how to play the Rescue Ace technique. And it looks like Fenrir is going to go ahead and banish that Fire Engine face down as Airlifter adds a copy of Alert or Rescue, one of the two. I was joking about this with my friends. I like, especially when I'm doing commentary like this, and they just look so similar. Like Alert and Rescue from the small preview that I'm looking at, which I wish I could make it the size. I mean, I could probably make it a little bit bigger now that I think about it. But even then, like, it just, they look so similar. I digress. We're going to see Pot of Prosperity activate here. It's going to go ahead and reveal 6. Looking at Fire King Island, cross out Designator, Ponix, hooked on Ponix. And we're going to see him grab Fire King Island. That's going to go and activate and destroy Fenrir in the hand. Fire King Island came out a long time ago. That card came out a long time ago. And destroy a monster in hand, add a Fire King monster from your deck to your hand. And they're going to go ahead and add Ponix, one of the new cards from the structure deck. And it says, if your monster or monsters that was originally fire is destroyed by a battle card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand if it's normal, or special summon you can add a Fire King spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And the best part of it says, during the next standby phase, after this card was destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add this card from your graveyard to your hand. The grind game is kind of unreal with this deck. I played against the Fire King deck on stream. So Emergency is going to go ahead and reset there. I believe that might have been either Extinguish or Contain. Those look also very similar. I played against this deck, the Fire King deck, on stream with Earth Machine when I was practicing with that. And Earth Machine's a pretty grindy deck, I'd like to think. And the Fire King deck was keeping with me neck and neck, and I just couldn't outgrind it. Maybe I misplayed a little bit, but yeah, that's Rescue, because, you know, Rescue, right? If you have a hard time remembering which card does what, Rescue, you're rescuing a monster from the graveyard. We're bringing back Airlifter. Get in here. Even though he went to 1. I mean, spoiler alert, Rescue Ace is still really, really good, because the tournament I played in was new format, and I played against 3 Rescue Ace decks. The deck's still good. No one was surprised, especially with the I think it's the new Snake Eye support coming out. The new one that looks like a cat or something. That card is custom. That card is crazy. And the Promethean Princess, that card's crazy too. That card literally is just printed to bring back Turbulence for people who want to impermanent on summon. Because they want to play around things like Emergency and SP Little Knight. Right? Yeah, well, I'm just going to go ahead and bring it back from the grave now anyways. That's why you play Desperate Doom Eagle, and that's why you play Speedroy Cashier, so you can lock it down on all fronts. Alright, I'm just kidding. So we're going to go ahead and see him activate Emergency here. And that's going to go ahead and bring out Turbulence. We're going to tribute off the good old Airlifter, and yes, that is Contain, the one that's set. And it looks like Turb will try to resolve to set a lot of dueling cards from the deck, a little too many, and it looks like Imperm was fired off there. And I wouldn't be shocked if we saw maybe an SP Little Knight play. How convenient that not only is Hydrant a level, get this, Fire Hydrant level 1 cards, not even the fact it's level 1, it's a great card, right? They made it a CR for a reason. But it's also a level 1, which means we can easily make Link Kribo or Relinquished Animal, which means we can easily make SP Little Knight, which is going to clear Fire King Island, which is going to blow up the opponent's entire field. The volcano has erupted. But it's also perfect for the original Sinful Spoils, which I guarantee was designed with a Rescue Ace in mind. Like, they could have just made more Rescue Ace cards, but like, we don't want to look like we're playing favorites too much. We'll just make it a separate archetype that's, you know, in quotes, separate. Yeah, I see you, Konami. I see you. I've been playing this game long enough. I see what you're doing. And it looks like they try to get a little further into the combo here. As Preventer hits the field, we're going to see Nibiru come down. And SP will chain to banish itself, and Preventer. Nib won't actually get to summon because it didn't tribute anything. And now SP and Preventer are back on the board. And we'll see if Fire Kings can make a comeback here. They're going to go ahead and normal summon Ponix. Again, it was destroyed, but it gets to add itself back. And then I think they had Contain there to try to contain the situation. And we're going to see Rescue Ace take it. We're on to game 2. We're going to see Fire Kings go first. We're hooked on Ponix. Ponix is going to go ahead and add the Fire King Sanctuary, which goes and places Fire King Island from the deck. It also allows you to Xyz summon into, I believe, is it any Fire Xyz monster? Any Fire Xyz, but importantly only using Fire King monsters you control. And they have the big chicken. The big chicken, the Garunix Eternity, Hyang of the Fire Kings. Card's kind of crazy too. And they're going to go ahead and special summon, that's like the new Garunix, right? The Sacred Fire King Garunix. A lot of retrains on some of the classic Fire King cards. Very cool to see. And I'm going to go ahead and read the Fire King High Avatar Kirin. During the main phase, quick effect of this card is in your hand. You can destroy one other fire monster in your hand or face of field. If you do special summon this card, if this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Fire King monster from your hand or graveyard except itself. Then you can destroy one card on the field. So it's kind of like a hand trap there. And it's also a level 8, so that's going to go ahead and be able to give them the opportunity to actually Xyz into the Garunix Eternity on the opponent's turn, which is like one of the main plays. They also have a card that lets them destroy from the deck. That's how you know the deck's cooking with gas. When you don't just get destroyed from hand or field. No, you get to destroy from the deck. That just sounds weird, but it's just what the deck does. But I've only played against the Fire King deck maybe less than 5 times, and maybe that's a little too much. but I haven't really been able to formulate an opinion on it. I'm sure the deck will get better with the new Snake Eye stuff. You know, the Diabellstar stuff is still really good. Ponix obviously being a level 1. It's going to get better. So you might as well learn what the cards do. Unlike me, I have a very, very, very slim idea of what some of these cards do. We're going to see Rescue Ace, Normal Summon Airlifter. Go ahead and search out for Alert, I believe it was. How many times have I gotten that wrong this year? Mislabeled certain cards. Activating HQ. It's going to give them an additional normal for some reason. All Rescue Ace is also going to gain 500 attack and defense. Putting Hydrant onto the field. And Hydrant is not an on-summon effect, much like Neptibus, which I don't know why I made that connection. Maybe because of Fire Kings. But if you can clear it right before it actually is able to resolve the effect, you know, it's going to be kind of beneficial. The card's kind of nice. So they're going to go ahead and use the High King avatar, Kirin in hand, to blow up another copy of itself in the hand. And they're going to be able to special summon a Fire King from the graveyard. And they're going to attempt to bring back the Fire King avatar Barong. And they're going to go ahead and chain Alert, add a Rescue Ace monster from the graveyard to their hand. Or if they have Hydrant, they can go ahead and add a Rescue Ace monster from the deck to the hand. So they want to go ahead and do that now while Hydrant is still on the field. So they can search out from the deck. I'm going to quickly read over Barong as they add, I think that was Impulse there. For some reason, I always call that card Interluder, Interceptor. Impulse is always like the last word that comes to mind. Barong says, if a face-up Fire King monster or monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, you can summon this card from your hand. Once returned in the next standby phase, if this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can add a Fire King from your deck to your hand. Not bad. And Ponix hitting the board also. Yeah, and I believe that was the the High King avatar. You can destroy one other fire monster in your hand or face a field. If you do, special summon a Fire King, special summon this card. Yeah, and then you can special summon a Fire King monster from your hand or graveyard. Then you can destroy one card in the field. So that's how Ponix is getting on the field. They're not bringing back the Barong for some reason like I thought. And I believe they added the Fire King Skyburn off of the Ponix. And we're going to see Preventer hit the field by banishing the Hydrant. And they're going to go ahead and read over the effect of Fire King Sanctuary. Once per turn, if your opponent special summons a monster or monsters, you can immediately after this effect resolves, Ixie summon one Fire Xyz monster using only Fire King monster control. So maybe perhaps on the summon of Preventer, they're thinking about using the effect of Sanctuary. And it looks like Effect Veiler is going to get used on Preventer. And then they're going to go ahead and summon out the Eternity Garunix. If this card is summoned, you can destroy all other monsters in the field. You can attach one material from this card, then target one spell trap on the field, destroy it. And if you do, this card gains 500 attack. If this card is destroyed while it has material, you can special summon Fire King monsters from your graveyard up to the number of materials this card had. And since Preventer left the field, it's going to be able to bring back Hydrant. Hydrant is just juggling all around. It was normal. It got blown up. Preventer banished it. Preventer left. Preventer brought it back. Now it's searching out Turbulence. The cycle continues. And that's honestly pretty much, I think, the only interruptions right now. Well, there really is no more interruptions, I don't think, anyways, from Fire Kings. And this Turbulence is going to go ahead and get to resolve. Setting Contain, Extinguish, copy of Rescue. And we'll see if they just grab Emergency as the fourth and final card. Looks like it will be. Gonna go ahead and set 4 here, shuffle them up, and take a quick gander over the Eternity Garunix. Read the continuous spell one more time, make sure we're not missing anything. And then they're gonna go ahead and use Extinguish, and they're gonna destroy it. That's gonna trigger the effect of Eternity Garunix to go ahead and special summon Fire King monster in the graveyard of the materials that it had. So they're just going to go ahead and bring out one here, it looks like. The Sacred Fire King Garunix. And then if it's normal or special summon, you can destroy one fire beast, beast warrior, winged beast monster in your hand, deck, or face-up field. And it gains the attack equal to half the destroyed monster. And they're going to destroy the Arvada. And it looks like it says when a monster is activated while this monster is in the field, quick effect. If this card is destroyed instead of the graveyard, you can target a fire beast and then revive it. Okay, so that's how they're bringing back Barong. Got it. And then if Barong is destroyed during the next standby phase, you can just add any Fire King card from the deck to the hand. Next standby phase after it was destroyed. But it doesn't look like Rescue Ace is really going to care too much here. I mean, they'll have some follow-up. They'll get Ponix back. They're going to... I mean, if the Barong gets destroyed, they'll get to search any Fire King card there. And I imagine they'll probably just go for the tempting play of SP getting rid of the field spell again, which will in turn blow up the entire field, which will proc Barong to give them any card. And yeah, it looks like that's it. They're going to do exactly that, banishing the field spell. And again, that will blow up both the High Garunix and the Barong. And then HQ is going to go ahead and recycle 4 here. For some reason, I thought it was 5, but I guess 4 makes sense. You know, if Turbulence is setting 4, HQ is returning 4. I'm going to draw 1. Contain, Extinguish, Rescue, and Emergency, I believe, are the ones set. And they're going to go ahead and pass turn. During the standby phase, Ponix is going to go ahead and add back itself. And then Barong is going to get to search for any Fire King card. We'll see which one they decide to go for. Looking at the Arvada, which I want to read that over again. Really quickly, what says, when a monster effect is activated while this monster is on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation if you do, destroy one other fire monster in your hand or face-up field. So yeah, I knew the deck had a monster negate. And it looks like they're also going to have Droll Lockbird on resolution of the ads from Barong. I don't really know how much Droll Lockbird hurts Fire Kings. I don't really imagine too much. Maybe, but they're going to activate Kieran in hand, and they're going to blow up, I believe, one of the Snake Eye monsters, which is Snake Eye Ash. I like how they're all named after trees. You got Ash, you've got Birch, you've got Oak, and Poplar. Kind of cool. They're going to try to activate the Garunix Engrave. And we'll see if our Rescue Ace Duelist has a response. Trying to keep up with all these cards. They're going to chain Skyburn, attempting to blow up Kieran. And one card the opponent controls, they get to blow up at an equal number. It's going to go ahead and get rid of a Contain. Garunix will still hit the field on the resolution of that chain there. And Garunix does have 2,700 attack, but I believe that is a fighter engine field, which has 2,500. And if the opponent special summons, they get to special summon. So they're going to go ahead and bring out... Well, they're bringing back Turbulence off of... showing level 4 or lower Rescue Ace. So I'm not sure how they got Turbulence on field. But I think they just used the Rescue to go ahead and special summon out Hydrant from the deck. And they're going to go ahead and use the Garunix now to go ahead and destroy from the deck on a new chain. And it looks like they're going to destroy an Arvada. And Arvada is going to go ahead and bring back the Kieran. I believe they also normal summon an Arvada too. And now we're going to see them fire off a copy of Extinguish. Targeting one effect monster opponent controls, destroy it. And they're going to get rid of the Arvada. Which that is a monster negate. So getting that off the field is going to be not a bad idea. They're going to use Emergency here now to bring out Preventer. And we'll see what they tribute. They're going to tribute off the Fire Engine. And they're going to go ahead and use Preventer to go ahead and book the Garunix. I mean, slowly but surely, they are kind of playing through this board here. It's actually a little impressive. We're going to see Kieran get over the SP Little Knight and They're going to go ahead and special summon the Ponix, I believe. It's because it says if your monster or monsters that was originally fire is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Or either that or they didn't normal summon the Arvada earlier. I assume that probably was the case, and they're just now normal summoning the Ponix. Maybe they'll have an SP Little Knight play of their own. We're going to go ahead and link to... Oh, nope. Heat of the Fire Charmer is also really solid. Going for Anima, but no, we're going to go for an SP Little Knight play here. Oh, no, going Dark. Dark taking SP. And then linking off into Access Code, it looks like. I mean, I'm not really sure what else you'd go for here. I was going to say, if they're going for SP Little Knight, it seems like a little unnecessary to do all that, but I think they also now have that. They just have 2 dark attributes engraved for Access Code, so it's not like they can do a whole lot there. They'll target Dark to make it gain 2,000. They're going to go ahead and use Access Code to blow up the Hydrant, and they're just going to have to pass turn there. And Rescue Ace still has plenty of follow-up, and I don't really think there's too much the Fire King deck will be able to do here as they get to search Arvada, or search off Arvada, adding Ponix. And they're going to go ahead and use Emergency to reset the Contain. And HQ, I believe, is going to activate now to go ahead and recycle 4 and draw. I mean, they really, I don't really think Fire Kings has any interaction right now. They draw into another Droll and Lockbird. I mean, fair enough. They're going to go ahead and activate Emergency. And they're going to go ahead and get to special summon out a Hydrant, tributing off the Preventer. And then Preventer effect, we'll go ahead and bring back one from the Banish Zone. I'm going to go ahead and try to bring back the Airlifter, but we're going to go ahead and Imperm here, the Hydrant. And then chain the Extinguish to clear the Access Code. Checking both graveyards. Say, I don't know if Rescue Ace plays Hida. I know they definitely play Dark because why not? But Hida in this particular matchup for Fire Kings has got to be pretty nice in some cases. Fortunately, not really coming up here in this particular game, but and they're going to go ahead and add Turbulence, and it looks like that is just going to be enough. And we will see Rescue Ace take it 2-0. I do apologize if I kind of butchered some of the effects on the Fire King deck. It's hard to do a commentary over a deck that I've never done commentary over before and try to do it in real time, looking back and forth between Dueling Book and the actual match. I apologize. I'm making excuses, but either way. Last but not least, a big thank you goes to our current Divine level channel members, our Pony Start, Cadillac Screen, Misfit, and H8 Cyber. Thank you guys so much for extremely kind and very generous support of the channel. And again, a big thank you to everybody that checked out the channel this year. Your support is greatly appreciated. We'll see you guys in 2024.